of a journey, but the beginning of a lifelong learning journey. It is as challenging as it is rewarding. I recall slightly over 3 decades ago when I was in the position you are in today. It was a time of great optimism and great hopes. Mount Kenya University has been your second home, in which you have received training, and now you are equipped to go out into the world. Your parents have great expectations, and so are your friends. Likewise, you have great expectations that the world around you will recognize your credentials and offer you the job that you've always looked forward to have. At this point in time, Mr. Chancellor Sir, I would like to share a few thoughts that are mainly shaped by my own life journey. We learned as children that the rainbow is made up of 7 colors, and some of us still believe the same. The rainbow, according to physics, is a spectrum of infinite colors, but our minds will choose to place this complex rainbow reality into a conveniently manageable box of a few colors. In a similar way, we fit our careers, skills, and opportunities into manageable boxes. The truth, however, is that like the rainbow, our career box contains an infinite spectrum of possibilities. I graduated from the University of Nairobi, and my box at the time was a veterinary surgeon to practice clinical medicine and surgery. And I did this for a year. And it was a year later that I discovered that my box was a rainbow with infinite possibilities. I could repackage my box to work in public health, in a research laboratory, in the pharmaceutical industry, in a feed manufacturing farm, in a medical research laboratory, and the list goes on. The one thing I did not have at the time were the additional skills required for each of the colors of my rainbow. And so I decided to venture into scientific research and went on to study at master's and PhD level at the University of Nairobi, subsequently moving on to become an academician and a scientist. It is these new qualifications that opened new opportunities and horizons in medical research. This is how I ended up in the UK to undertake neuroscience research through a grant funding from Wellcome Trust, one of the biggest fathers of medical research in the world. I, however, would like to happily emphasize that all these few achievements of mine have taken time to be realized and are not without failures, anxiety, and the stress of modern-day living. But one thing I have learned in my journey is to remain focused, steadfast, patient, dedicated, and committed to the desired outcomes. I want to express my great faith in our education system, even with the inherent imperfections that you still find even with university education in developed countries. It is the foundation and building blocks of what I am today. I've looked at the quality of courses offered by the various faculties at Mount Kenya University, and I want to implore you to have faith in our education system. I want you to have faith in the courses offered here at Mount Kenya University, because, as Professor Gisharu said, they are stringent and of high quality standards. To survive in the world of accelerating change and challenge, we must do more than thinking outside the box. That's the narrative that we hear all the time. Think outside the box. But I just want us to think inside the box. Rather, you must think in your box and rearrange that box, deliberately creating a range of fresh mental models and methodically exploring and prioritizing them. This is a new, and what I would call a new important paradigm shift.
Professor of University of London. Guest speaker, Dr. Charles Mooley, founder and CEO of Mooley's Children's Family, from Scotland, because you probably recognise that I come from Scotland, both from my accent and the way I'm dressed. I'd like to introduce you to my dear wife. Perhaps you might wish to stand. And my dear son, who also came with us, Timothy. We haven't quite competed with Dr. Mooley in 49 years. We're 44 years, 43 years married. So greetings from Scotland, and I'm glad to see that the sun is here now. It was very Scottish weather just a few minutes ago, and now it's Kenyan weather. And I would also like to greet the students in Rwanda who are watching, the graduates who are watching this from Rwanda. Our greetings to you today. So, like the other speakers, I take this opportunity to welcome all the guests who are with us today that have been mentioned earlier. And I say thank you on behalf of this and diligence, and on behalf of the whole university. I wish you much success in your future careers. And you deserve to celebrate today with your classmates, your friends, and not least, your families and guardians, and to thank them personally. And of course, to thank the Almighty God for supporting you during this period of study. When I come to the graduation ceremonies, and this is my third as the Chancellor, it is always an inspiration to drive from Nairobi to Thika town and see the thousands of people gathering along the route, heading towards happy family ground, where you are today. And that is a very appropriate name for the graduation event today. It is a happy place, is it not? It is a happy graduation. Of course, in Africa, there is still a massive unmet demand for university and higher education. And this cannot be overstated. I'm an economist, and we believe in the importance of higher education, in the strength of an economy, in the strength of a society, and even for cultural reasons. To have a growing percentage of a country's population with a university education is not only good for the individuals, it is good for the society and the economy. And there is much evidence of this around the world, in countries like Korea and China, and this should be the same in Africa. And this is why universities like this great university, Mount Kenya University, was created and is progressing. So just with these few opening remarks, I want to reiterate the theme that Dr. Mooley and Professor Macharis and others have spoken about, the importance of community outreach through the various partnerships that the university has. And there are so many of these that it would take all day to tell you about them. And you'll be happy to hear that I'm not going to go through them one by one, but just pick a few of them for you. And these are community outreach activities. One example is the innovative Directorate of Research and Innovation program with Partners for Care program in handling community outreach activities in various parts of this country, including Marsabit and Malindi. These alone are excellent examples of university-driven community outreach activities. Another wonderful example of this is the ongoing pedagogical training of inmates at Navasha Maximum Prison by the School of Education. We should never forget that people in prison want to be educated and want to acquire qualifications, just like you. And this is consistent with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. I'm also happy to report that this prison pedagogical training project has received financial support from the National Research Fund, the NRF, and is being carried out under the umbrella of a UNESCO chair that is domiciled at the Nakuru campus of Mount Kenya University. Ladies and gentlemen, in April 2019, Mount Kenya University joined other partners also in a youth empowerment project in Isola County under the sponsorship of Kenya National Commission for UNESCO. And this was also in evidence in an entrepreneurial promotion program called STEP for the youth between April and June 2019. And then we can go on. Just a few more examples. The partnership between MKU and the Microsoft partnership, which was started in May this year and has focused on digital transformation in education and technology. And this is contained within the School of Computing and Informatics and is already bearing fruit. Then within the health field, collaboration between the Ministry of Health and Mount Kenya University, a memorandum of understanding for the training doctorate level in a course funded by the African Development Bank after the ministry secured a loan from the bank to develop an East African Kidney Institute.
And Chairman of the Board of Directors, Madam Yusuf, co-founder of Mount Kenya University, members of the University Council, Professor Stanley Wabudo, the Vice Chancellor of Mount Kenya University, Your Excellencies, Ambassadors and High Commissioners present, and students, ladies and gentlemen, I salute you all by saying good morning. On behalf of Mount Kenya University, 16th graduation ceremony, to the chief guest, who is our speaker today, and all our distinguished guests, we appreciate you for honoring our invitation. I wish to
Master of Public Administration, Master of Science in Procurement and Supply from the School of Business and Economy. With your permission, sir, I call upon
Moreu, who have satisfied the first board of examiner for the conferment of Master of Education from the School of Education. With your permission, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me take this opportunity first to congratulate the August 29th. You enjoy the success that we are celebrating today. Looking back, I appreciate all those who have worked with us over the last 15 graduation ceremonies, as well as today in marking the 16th graduation ceremony, which is already a great success. And we are talking about 16th graduate PhD holders, and I want to say congratulations to the two PhD holders who are graduating today. We are planning our postgraduate training in the university. And we have noted before that, of course, there were so many other students who wanted to be to join together the two PhD holders, but they transferred to other institutions because I am told that in this university, the regulations of graduating PhD holders is very, very strenuous. I want to urge the management to continue doing the same because that is the way to go. We want our postgraduate students and degree holders to remain competitive in the job market. Recently, the Board of Directors requested the Vice Chancellor to initiate the process of rebladding of research and postgraduate training at the university. And in this, we have committed a lot of financial resources in order to ensure that the training in this area is not doubtable in the market at all. I want to say that we have continued on investing in various resources in order to integrate our industry with academia. And one of it is the newly launched TV47, which we want to use. Just like what I have seen in Europe, what is called the Open University of UK, that it trains students online through using television. And in this, we have also brought in Telecom Kenya and also Microsoft Corporation in order to collaborate, in order to achieve our dream of ensuring that we deepen more in terms of open distance and electronic learning. A citizen of United Kingdom and Kenyan.
Guest speaker, Dr. Charles Mooney, founder and CEO of Mooney Children's Family. Madam Jane Newton, co-founder of Mountain University.
Said such action be, and we might fulfill all the necessary academic requirements, and you hereby admit you the doctor. Give me the power to read and to do all that appertain to the degree. Congratulations.